Tech 6. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaleche and I post videos about motherhood, lifestyle and fashion. So if you're interested in such kind of videos, kindly subscribe, and I promise you that there's no day that you'll come to my YouTube channel and live without having to learn something or having fun. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always being here for me. I appreciate you so much. Oh my god, why can't I talk? I appreciate you so much. And kindly share my videos. Tell your friends to come and subscribe, because I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers and I can't do it without you guys. And in this video I think it's my favorite video, because for the first time I'm going to give you guys resources that will be helping you in your personal development journey or your growth journey, because I'm going to be plugging you with my favorite podcasts or podcasters who will be helping. If you listen to those podcasts, will help you grow mentally, emotionally, or even like it will equip you with the knowledge that you need to be to achieve that growth that you intend to have. So let's get to the video. Before I give you guys my list of podcasts, I have to give you a background story of how I started listening to podcasts, because of course sikuzaliwa nikisikiza podcast. I didn't even know they existed until like 2 years ago, I guess 2 or 1 year ago. And yeah, 2 years, because in 2020 when we were all idle, that's when I started to listen to Over 25. If you are YouTube junkie, you know the Over 25 channel. In that channel there are 4 hosts and one is called Julia. So I was listening to one of the episodes and they were plugging podcasts that have helped them in their personal growth journeys, and I decided, why not try this thing called podcasts. And I tried listening to one of the podcasts and I was impressed, and I decided to search for more and more podcasts. And so I will go straight to my favorite podcast. I will not save the best for last. I will just start with my best, because I want you guys to start with this podcast. My favorite podcast is Legally Clueless. If you've listened to my previous videos, I've plugged you guys to Legally Clueless with Adele Onyango. That's by far my favorite podcast, because it's who doesn't love African stories? It gives the 100 African stories, and in every episode, I promise you guys, if you go to listen to Legally Clueless, it has the audio series and it has the video series. The video series are available in YouTube, and the audio series, you can find them in any podcast listening platform. Personally, I listen to Legally Clueless on Apple Podcast. So guys, I promise you, if you go to listen to Legally Clueless podcast, or every episode to be precise, all the episodes, there's no day you will finish an episode and tell me that you've not learned something. Because let me tell you, 100% of those stories are relatable and you can always learn something from them. And one of my favorite things that I've learned from Legally Clueless by Adele Onyango is that you spoil your day when you say that I'm having a bad day. Maybe you just woke up and something happened in the morning. Why are you spoiling the whole day by saying that you have a bad day when you just had a bad morning? So I've used that and it has helped me a lot, because when something happens in the morning, I say this is just a bad hour, it's just a bad minute, this is just a bad morning, this is just a bad lunch hour. What are the odds? What are the chances that your evening will be fine? Or what are the chances that your next hour will be fine? So don't disregard or don't cancel out the whole day just because you've had a bad morning or a bad 11 a.m. bad 11 a.m. or bad 12 p.m. So that's one of the things that I've learned and that has helped me to date, because it has helped me like not focus so much on the little things that happen in just a second or a minute that ruin my mood, ruin everything, and focus on the bigger part of the day that could possibly end up being well. My second favorite podcast is the TMI Podcast. It's definitely TMI. And to be honest, I've not listened to TMI Podcast on podcast platforms. I've watched their video series on YouTube. And let me tell you, that podcast is very nice. If you want anything relationship, anything about men and women, you will find it in TMI Podcast. And it's their videos are on YouTube. You can find them there. Go and support them. The other podcast that I'm so interested in is the Psycho Podcast. It's by Ben Psycho. Yeah, he talks about basically everything, and my favorite episode is the episode that he invited Just Ivy. If you don't know Just Ivy, just go follow her on Instagram. She will equip you with knowledge about money, investing, and saving. She's the one who made me realize that we are what we save, because if you don't save and something happens to your source of income, you are just as useless as someone who was not working yesterday. So there's no difference between you and the person who had no job at all. So we are what we save. And that episode really equipped me about money and stuff. So please go and watch the Psycho Podcast. There's a lot to learn from that podcast. And they also started a new episode with his wife, Wanjiru. It's called the Joyride Podcast. It's also doing good. I love it. It's like 2 episodes when I'm shooting this. Yeah, 2 episodes of it's called the Joyride Podcast. Yeah, go check it out also. It's good. And the fourth podcast that I'll be plugging you today, it's the Mantoc KE. Mantoc KE, it's brought to you by Eli, and I don't know. I don't remember his name clearly. What is his name? I don't remember. But the reason why I'm not so familiar with this podcast, because it's a safe place for men to talk. And if you want to learn more about men, you can also go and watch that podcast. And men, please don't say that there are no resources for you. You can always go and watch that Mantoc Podcast. It's on YouTube. I've not listened to it on any other podcast platform. Oh my god, I don't know why today I can't talk. So you go and listen to Mantoc KE, and you will be equipped with the knowledge that you don't have. The next podcast, guys, it's the IRIP. This podcast, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why they stopped recording, because in Apple Podcast there are only 15 episodes available. But this podcast, it's very good. It talks about the conversations that we are afraid to have, and I'm super proud of them. I feel so good when listening to them, because I'm like, yeah, people can't say that, but I'm hearing people say that. It's like people can't say it, but there are people saying it. Yeah, I love it so much. It's called IRIP. It's relatable, I promise. Yeah, it's relatable, I promise. And I promise you, when you go there, you'll find that it's relatable. Get it? I got jokes. Yeah, guys, those are some of the podcasts that I listen to. The reason why they are all Kenyan is because I relate mostly to African stories. I don't know why. I don't listen to the other podcasts from abroad, because I don't relate to most of their stories. So I just decided to plug you guys with the Kenyan podcast that I listen, because I think this podcast have helped me grow. They have helped me become more self-aware. Let me tell you guys, if you have had childhood traumas or you have had bad experiences like I have, you need to be more self-aware so that you can realize, you can differentiate what you want to be from what you are made to be. Because we were made to be the way we are. Sometimes it's what our experiences have made us to be, but not what we want ourselves to be. So this podcast have really helped me become more self-aware and realized, are you really kind, or have you just been around too many mean people that you just decided, oh, let me just be the kind one, so that because there are so many mean people, let me just be the kind one. Do you get it? So the way you are you supposed to be that way, or is it just that traumas have led you to be that way? So to find your path, you have to be self-aware of what you want and differentiate the experiences and the personalities that have come, that the personalities that are in you due to traumas, and the personalities that you have because you want to have them. I hope mnanipata. The podcast also taught me that these podcasts are so relatable that I feel consoled somehow when I see other people from even South Africa, from Nigeria, from Ghana having the same problem as me, and I'm like, we are really from the same God. I'm like, you went through that and I went through that, and we are from two different countries. We are not even from Kenya, and I feel very much consoled. And I say that if this person experienced this, and I can see how it ended, like it ended well, and I'm going through the same experience, I have so many reasons not to give up and to keep going, because what are the odds that my ending will be as good? Because when I give up, it's like imagining and giving up that my ending will be bad. But what if I give it a chance? Oh, I'm loving this episode. Also, this podcast have taught me like not to judge people, because I've seen so many people come up and give out their stories, and I'm like, oh, you have been through that, but you don't look like it. We don't look like our experiences. So don't judge people. Like when you see someone doing something, I think we should try and understand why they are doing it instead of judging them. It's so easy to judge people, but it's so easy to say don't judge me when we see other people judging us when we are doing the same to others. So please, let's learn not to judge people, because when we judge people, they feel so bad, they feel like they're not trying, and that might even lead them to giving up, and they are not even supposed to do it in the first place. So guys, I hope this podcast gets to give you something to hope for. I hope you get to learn, you get to be inspired. I hope you get to be motivated. And before I end this, nimeshiba, I'm so sorry. Before I end this video, I also want to plug you guys to bonus channels. These are YouTube channels that I also watch for my development journey, and they help me so much. Benjamin Zulu KE. Oh my god. Do you listen to that guy? Full of wisdom. It's like he was sent to wake our minds by God. If you are youth and you're not watching that guy, please go and watch him, because trust me, the kind of knowledge you'll get from there, I don't know. Can I tell you something? The first thing that I learned from Benjamin Zulu is, if he's hiding his phone, run. And I insist, even hizo loyalty test tunaona, the people that realize that they are being cheated on, they don't take their partner's phone. Everything is in that phone. In this generation, who doesn't use their phone? So please take that phone. Don't say I didn't say. But most importantly, don't forget to go and watch Benjamin Zulu videos. The next channel is Over 25. Over 25 channel, I think that's the channel that woke me up. I was like, wake up. You are living. You are not just staying. I was completely in my comfort zone when I started watching Over 25. But then I started watching Over 25 and I realized, oh my god, people are even doing great things before they even reach 25, and I'm just here in my comfort zone, seated and waiting for manna to fall from heaven. And from that day, I just woke up, and now I'm on my journey. I'm growing. I want to be better. I want to be a better person. I want to know how to invest. I want to know how to save money. I want to know how to make money. I want to know how to take risks that can increase money. And I'm loving this growth. I'm loving it. I wouldn't trade it for any other thing. And true to their word, when it's time to grow, you will feel it. Trust me. When it's your time to fly, you will feel the wings come. You will feel it. You'll feel it. The other channel is Ngugi. One thing I love about the Ngugi show is that you get all the feels from that channel. You get to be happy, you get to be sad, you get to be educated, you get to be inspired. Like, you get to be everything. Like, you get to feel all the feels, and that's very okay because you get to be vulnerable. And I love being vulnerable because it shows you how much can you feel. How don't you want to know how much you can feel, how much you can get inspired, how much you can get motivated? Seriously, go and watch the Ngugi show. And the last channel is Pastor T Mwangi. I don't remember the name of the channel well, but Pastor T Mwangi has very good content. You can go and watch them. Go and watch him. He will, like, members of Mungu. Yeah, he will really equip you with knowledge, like things, the questions that you have about the Bible. By the way, I knew him through Dr. Kingori. There's a show that he did with Dr. Kingori, the one that they were comparing Christian and atheism. Yeah, that's the video that I got to know Pastor T Mwangi with, and I think when I grow up, I'll be going to his church. So thank you guys. We have come to the end of this video. If you like the content of this video, kindly hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave a comment below. Also, give me more podcasts that I should look out, more Kenyan podcasts that I should look out, so that I can also we can help each other grow. Yeah. So if you have any podcast that I can listen to, leave it in the comment section, and I'll appreciate so much. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next video.